Hello everyone, Professor Lohit here. Today we see the lecture number 12, design of horizontal curves. So when you go with the highway alignment, the changes in direction are necessitated due to various such reasons as topography consideration, obligatory points. Okay, that is what we see in the highway alignment. The geometric design elements pertaining to the any of the horizontal alignment of the highways should be considered safe and comfortable movement of vehicles at any designated design speed of a highway. As we know, the different category of the road, it has its own designated design speed. Clear? So here, when I speak about the design speed, that is the main component when you go for the designing the horizontal curves. So the design speed is the main factor on which the geometric design elements depend. In other words, the geometry details of the highway what mainly depend upon the design speed. All the important geometric elements such as it might be side distance, like radius of the horizontal curves, length of horizontal or transition curves, rate of superior elevation, extra weighting of the pavement at horizontal curves, length of the summit and valley curves are depend on the design speed only. The design speed of the road depends upon the what one is, as I told, the class of road, and the second is what, terrain. The class of road is national highway, state highway, MDR, VR, OR, even the urban roads like artillery roads, subartillery roads, collector streets, local streets. Okay, these terrains are classified depend upon the plain terrain, rolling terrain, mountainous terrain, and steep terrain. And if we give the classification done depend upon the cross slopes. If it is around 0 to 10%, then we consider as a plain terrain. If it is 10 to 25%, then we consider as a rolling terrain. 25 to 60% of the cross slope you are having, then we consider as a mountainous terrain. If anything greater than 60, we consider as a steep terrain. So, the two values of design speed are considered at the design stage of the highway geometrics, the ruling design speed and the minimum design speed. Generally, what happens depend upon the terrain conditions. So, for consider the national highway now. So, national highway is designed for 100 kmph. But some due to the terrain conditions in ghat section and all, I can't able to pertain the speed of 100 kmph all the time, because the terrain not supports me to what design the all the components or the curves at 100 kmph. That time what I do, I will what reduce my speed, that we call it as a minimum design speed. That too, it's even classified depend upon the what kind of the terrain you. For example, for national highway and state highway, if it is a plain terrain, I am designing for 100 kmph. Sometimes if the terrain is not plain but it not supporting the all the components, then I can go for the minimum 80 kmph there. So if you are having the rolling terrain, then I consider it as 80 and minimum is 65 kmph. If it is mountainous, then I'd go for 50 and 40 kmph ruling and minimum. If it is steep, even if it is national highway, I am supposed to be designed at 100 kmph, but I go for the 40 and 30 kmph. Okay, here is a table I will show you. Okay, you can see here. If it is a national highway and state highway, the ruling speed is 100 kmph, supposed to be designed in a plain terrain. But I can if it is not supporting, then I can go for minimum as 80 kmph. In plain terrain, I had to give in between 100 and 80. Okay, either its maximum has to be 100 and minimum has to be 80 in that sense, for what we call as ruling terrain. And if it is rolling terrain, then it is ruling terrain is going to ruling will be 80, minimum has to be minimum, it has to be 65, not less than that, depend upon this category of the road. If it is mountainous, then it has to be ruling 50 and minimum has to be 40. And if it is steep terrain, it has to be what, 40 and 30. Even it is a national highway, but in steep condition, the terrain will not support to go for 100 kmph. If even you want to go for 100 kmph, the economic, whatever the cost of the construction becomes very much higher. which we not consider as a economical. Okay, that is the importance of the design speed. So whatever the component or radius of the curve, whatever you want to design, the design speed what accumulates very important place there. Okay, let us see the curves now. So horizontal curves is a curve in a plan to provide change in direction of the central line of the road. A simple curve may be designed by either the radius r or the curve in meters, or sometimes you can consider as a degree. So this relation you learned in a survey also. The relations between the radius and the degree of the circular curve is given by r is equal to 1720 divided by d, that we solved by taking the an arc length of 30 meter. Okay, with the we find the relation in rd by 180 is equal to 30. That is when you convert the radians into the degree, then we get this equation that r is equal to 1720 divided by d. R is nothing but the radius of the curve, d is the degree of the curve. What this says that if the radius increases, then whatever the degree of whatever the angle between the curve start decreasing. Okay, the degree of the curve, that is central angle subtended by the arc, will start decreasing. Here is the example. If this angle of d, this is a d now, and here over the you get some radius r. If this ri increases, then what happened? D decreases the angle, whatever is subtended between the two whatever line, it start decreasing, and for this becomes more flatter here. As the radius increases, what happen? It becomes more flatter. As the radius decreases, what happen? The curve will become more prominent. Okay, this is d and this is r. That is what it states here. R is nothing but if r start increasing, then what happen? D decreases. If this increases, r decreases. This you have to remember here. That's very much important concept here. And whenever you want to design for the horizontal curves, the one more important or topic or important force comes into the picture is centrifugal force. That is which given in the formula P equal to W V square divided by GR, where P is nothing but the centrifugal force in a kg, W is nothing but weight of the vehicle in kg, V is nothing but speed of the vehicle in meter per second, G is nothing but acceleration due to the gravity, and R is nothing but the radius of the circular curve in meter. Clear? And this is the one force when the any of the vehicle negotiating the horizontal curve, the centrifugal force comes into a picture which try to pull from the outer side. Okay, whenever you cutting any of the curve, this you experience. The whatever the pulling force outside the other side is, we call it as a centrifugal force. Clear? So whenever the centrifugal force is acting or on a vehicle negotiating the horizontal curves, has following two effects. One is what? Tendency to overturn the vehicle outward by the outer wheels, and second is what? Skidding the vehicle laterally outwards. Okay, here one conditions come. So whatever the P is equal to this, whatever the formula, if I write this P, if I take the W here, P by W is nothing but V square by GR. This P by W we call it as a centrifugal ratio, or we call it as the impact factor. Clear? So I told you there are two conditions in comes into the picture when the vehicle negotiating the horizontal curves. One is the overturning effect, and one more is the transverse skidding effect. So in case of the overturning effect, this is we consider a vehicle, and this is the outside of the curve and this is the inner side of the curve. In the sense, this is a curve, the vehicle moving this fashion now. Okay, and this is the centrifugal force which is acting in this position. This is the outer side of the curve and this is the inner side of the curve. Clear? So that is that vehicle I drawn it here, which has the centrifugal force P, okay, and its own weight from the CG acting at it down, and CG of the vehicle at the center, it is from the height, h from the road surface, and the B is nothing but the distance between the two wheels, or a wheel path, what we call. Clear? Okay, considering the equilibrium condition here, so overturning moment of the centrifugal force, if this is the overturning, the vehicle will fall in this fashion now. If it is overturning, considering that conditions, then which force acting into that? That P into H. This is the moment which helps the vehicle to topple at the right side. Okay. So considering that the overturning moment due to centrifugal force, that will is nothing but P into H. H is the height where the seat is acting from the road surface, and this to restore this moment, and that is compensated by the weight, and that is equal to this W into this is a total B, and is acting the center, means this side B by 2 and this side B by 2. Clear? And this W into B by 2 is restricting the what? Overturning effect, or restoring the moment due to the weight. And considering this, when I may simplify this, I will take W this side, P by W, because that gives me the centrifugal force or impact factor, that is nothing but is equal to what? B by 2H. This means that the danger of overturning when the centrifugal force P by W is attains the value B by 2H. This B by P by W, even you can write like this also. What we called as the impact factor is nothing but V square by GR. If this value attains the value B by 2H, then what happens? The vehicle will topple for sure. Okay, we have to make sure that this value is not attained, that is B by 2H. Now this transverse skidding effect, here the word centrifugal force developed, this is the P, has also to tendency to push the what? Vehicle outwards in transfer. This is the outside, what we consider, and this is the inner side of the road. Okay, what? So whatever the centrifugal force is developed, it has tendency to push the vehicle outwards in the same transverse direction. The force developed under this condition, this is what it shows here. So this is the frictional force, centrifugal force is applying in outside. To counter that, the centrifugal what frictional force are developed at the where wheels. Okay, these wheels are resist to move or not allow the skidding, and this force act exactly opposite direction of the centrifugal force at the both the wheel. Obviously at the B there will be more maximum load on that, because that is the outside where the maximum load comes on the outer wheel only, and this is the inner wheel. At this particular point, contact between the road and the tire, the frictional force are developed, which counters the what? Centrifugal force. That equilibrium condition in transverse skidding is developed by that P, that is P is equal to nothing but frictional force A plus frictional force B. Clear? This frictional force is nothing but is given by coefficient of friction R F into this Ra plus coefficient of the friction F and Rb. Here you can write it commonly Ra plus Rb. Clear? This Ra plus Rb is nothing but what? Resultant of W. This W is nothing but is equal to Ra and Rb, na? So you can write F is nothing but is equal to W. Again here this equation can be written P by W is equal to F, where P by W is nothing but impact factor or centrifugal factor. If the P by W ratio is equal to the F, then what happens? This lateral skidding or a transverse skidding happens. and this F is not equal to the what we think in a stopping side distance, that is longitudinal friction, where you take around 0.35 to the 0.40 depend upon the speed. This is the lateral friction, this we take it around as 0.15. Understood? So what is the centrifugal force? The centrifugal force makes you to acquire the two conditions, one is the overturning effect and one more is the transverse skidding effect. This is what happens if this is the road, okay, and this is the vehicle is cutting the horizontal curves. Here what happen, this frictional force is implemented either on a wheel, if it is increased, that is P by W is increased B by 2H, it will topple. If P by W is equal to the frictional force, it will skid. So once the vehicle skids, the wheel, the whatever the driver loses his control on the steerings. Okay, so in whenever you want to cut the horizontal curves, these two parameters has to be considered. Then how to counter this? That is nothing but where the super elevation comes into the picture. Now we considering all that a flat road, right? So in that conditions, this is the road, this is the cant or a banking you are going to provide on a particular road. To counter this, two measures, that is centrifugal force, by which in turn causes overturning effect and the transverse skidding effect. Okay, thank you for patience hearing. So in next class we see the super elevation.